So what do you
We're
think?
back.
What do you think about all the critics saying, oh, you know, ECW is going to be different this time because a lot of the guys are 5-6 years older than they were last time? And
Me and Sabu, that's the third time that fucking you talked about something that I directly talked to Sabu about fucking earlier.
Right.
I said it's gonna be nice that that the old proverbial saying is, how many chances do you get?
right.
You know what I mean? It's a good second chance. You know what
It
I
really
mean?
is.
With a very good viable fucking option. You know what I mean? So. Look, the worst that could happen is fucking Hunter squashing it after it gets higher ratings in his show.
That's what I was.
That's the absolute worst. The best is put us on TV on the other show so it doesn't affect Hunter fucking on his show. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I think they're going to do.
Because you got to look at it like this: if they're going to do the scenario as in fucking cancel that fucking one show that they do, what is it called?
Velocity.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Dreamer took that earlier. If you're gonna get rid of that and then put ECW on, imagine doing an ECW show and then them having to follow it. Think about it, but so that you know how hard it makes those guys that are in the main event of the fucking second show, what all those people have seen before that, besides the fact that all our shit's better than most of their shit.
Well, I think they're eventually going to tape separately.
Yeah, I would think so
Yeah,
too,
they have
right? Yeah, just for the aspect of what we're talking
And
about.
plus, the atmosphere too in the big arenas won't be an ECW atmosphere.
It won't be as intimate,
Right.
but on one aspect, it won't be as intimate. But if you got a 20,000 seat building with 20,000 people in it,
Oh yeah.
that helps. You know, that can be just as intimate.
What independent wrestlers do you think would be a good mix to bring in?
You know what? I was thinking Punk.
Yeah, he's going to be a top guy.
Right off the top of my head, I was thinking Punk will fit in well with this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I didn't really think much past that.
Yeah. What about guys like Homicide and
Yeah, Homicide and the other Ruckus.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
him as a worker too, you know. Trent, absolutely. He was another one.
Right.
But Trent fits right in that crew. You know what I mean? He's a good young kid. He's got a great attitude, you know. He'll fit in fucking perfect. And can work his ass off under any condition.
Sure.
Now the arena, they went under that under the construction and stuff. It's like totally different. Do you think it's different working in there now? Working at the arena. Do you think it still feels like working at the arena?
No, not when you're doing an indie with 300 people in there.
No, but suppose that you're back there with ECW with the way that looks.
Oh, when they're running, they just fucking, it's not good. This Todd Gordon just got like 5 or 10 G's for the 24th of June because he had a show that night in the arena. And now they're running the 24th of June in the arena. New York is, so Todd got like 5 or 10 grand out of him to give him the building for the day.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
No, just switching to the other day. Actually, they're going the day before.
And his aspect on that was, who's going to show up for that show the day before when you could do that show? But then I also put it to him like this: the cheapest ticket that they're going to be selling at Vince's show would be twice as expensive as the highest ticket for the indie show. So the people will still come because they're outpriced. You know what I'm saying?
How crazy is the atmosphere, do you think, going to be when ECW returns to that building?
Oh man, the first night's going to be
gonna
electric.
Be sick.
It's going to be electric,
It's going to be
man.
the sickest night ever.
It's going to be fucking so electric.
When Paul Heyman and Tommy Dreamer come out in that building again after 6 years.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a good feeling. It's going to, you know, that fucking, like, that good feeling like when you get in bed at night and you get into the covers and you fucking turn the pillow over so it's nice and cool on that side, you know, that fucking comfy feeling. Like I had in the ring tonight. Oh, I had so much fun tonight, that match.
Raven's hair. What do you think of Raven's hair?
How about how fat he is?
No.
Christ. God, he's so fat. Yeah, his hair's ridiculous, but that's why he does it. You know what I mean?
Right. What happened?
Well, put it this way, Scotty's fucking. It's so bad for him that he's got to resort to fucking dyeing his hair to fucking get over it.
Why wasn't tonight's match a cage match? It was supposed to be a cage or something like that. It just got.
No, originally it was supposed to be
You and
Me and
Sabu,
Sabu
right?
and those
singles.
guys.
Right, Raven, and I guess they didn't want to do the cage because TNA and WWE. And
No, that had nothing to do. Oh, what? Whose match was supposed to be a cage?
Raven versus Dreamer is supposed to be a cage.
Oh, well,
I figure it's
what I
probably.
said was, why don't we just make it a tag match? Because they had me and Sabu in 8 minutes. I was like, what are you kidding me? Fucking 8 minutes. That's my entrance.
Huh.
What happened to your fork? Said you were going to eat that shit with the fork.
I am, I didn't eat it.
Huh.
I'm working and just squeeze it.
What'd you think about Jeremy Borash's hardcore homecoming shows? You think they worked?
I was only at the one.
Yeah, you worked Sabu.
No,
in
what I
Pittsburgh.
think is he needs to pay me for fucking all the DVDs he sold from the last one. Because all of us had deals 50 cents per copy, you know what I mean, that they sold. So, and Sabu told me that he had mentioned it to Jeremy not too long ago, and Jeremy's like, you'll get it, it's coming very soon.
Right.
So, the check's in the mail.
Have you had any talks about TNA at all recently before WWE or no?
Nah, no, absolutely, no, not at all. I don't want to go there. If I wanted to be there, I would have probably pushed for it a little bit more than fucking not talking to them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Jarrett doesn't like my fucking brutal honesty.
Who do you think's going to hurt the most if ECW takes off? Do you think it's going to be TNA, or do you think it's going to be the Indies, or do you think it's...
Well, you know what? The Indies will get hurt more than anything, but it's good to have fucking ECW, TNA, and fucking and the Nitro or Raw or whatever the other two shows Vince does or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have fucking viable options for the viewer. You know. So I think it's going to be that curve that with the wrestling curve goes on. 10 years up, 5 years down. 10 years up, 5 years down. You know?
I'm doing a deal with I'm in the car with Sandman. They're doing on the road with Sandman.
Yeah, this guy's fucking talking
So
on the phone.
I really can't.
We might
talk
as well
on
be
the
doing a fucking something
phone.
live.
I'll give you a call tomorrow, all right? All right, cool. All right, all right, later, man.
Are you... what's your match with...
My bad.
One night this year? Do they have a...
I don't even know yet. I'm just fucking begging Dreamer to get me in with Terry Funk because it's a good chance that this could actually be. Right. I'll lace his boots. I'd be happy doing that. You know what I mean? I just want to be involved with him somehow so I can say that I was in Terry's last match. You know? Hold on for a second. When he had his retirement match in Amarillo a couple years ago, my toast at the dinner afterward was, thanks for having me, Terry. Invite me back to the next one that you have. And everybody popped. Because he'd already done 5 different retirements fucking in Japan, here, there.
That was 9 years ago. I can't believe
What?
it. Yeah, 97. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's more like 3 lifetimes ago. It is. Fuck. 9 years ago.
Do you think because, even when ECW towards the end, like they say the heyday of ECW was like
96.
96. That was like 10 years ago. And ECW really, maybe it wasn't hardcore wrestling, it was just a new style of wrestling. Do you think that maybe the hardcore ECW style is almost gone and past, like in wrestling?
Well, I don't,
And what does ECW need to do to be that, like, new?
to be that different is just the storyline. You know what I mean? The storylines will be so much stronger. You know what I mean? That's the difference. But also, this time it's going to be done a little bit more correct, as in the first match, second match, third match isn't going through tables, doing chair shots and all that shit, you know what I mean? So fucking what me and Sabu, once we get out there fucking for the main event or something, we've got to kill ourselves. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be even more story oriented than violence oriented.
Right.
I think guys like the Dudleys and Rhino and Spike and all those guys will come back to TNA over to WWE again.
I was talking to Raven. He signed for like 2 years, and if he asks me, that might be right about the right time to where he could play both companies against each other. You know what I'm saying? To work in his benefit. You know what I mean? But Samoa Joe, I was talking to him. I'd like to see Samoa Joe in ECW. I'd like to have Raven back, Rhino back, the Dudleys in there. You know what I'm saying?
Did you talk to Samoa Joe?
Yeah, I just talked to him this week.
Oh, okay. What did he say?
We were in Philly at the show.
Oh, okay.
That show in Philly. I was surprised that the deal that he's got with with TNA, how they fucking they book all his indies. They got him booked every Friday and Saturday night.
Right.
And then Sabu was telling me it's like they offered him a contract, but if he didn't do enough indie, well, there was a guarantee of 60,000, but it was 50 dates. So meaning that if you didn't do the 50 dates in the 1 year, you owed him money.
Wow.
And then Raven came over and he goes, I was a little fuzzy on that too, you know what I mean? So I'm not even sure exactly if that's the way, but fuck, why would Sabu go work for them under those conditions when he could just do the indies himself?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And not be under their thumb.
Since you do a lot of indies and all that, who would be like 5 top guys that you would see on the indies that you would want in ECW?
Punk, Joe, Trent. I have to think about the other two.
Homicide.
Yeah, I'd like to see Homicide or Ruckus in there. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and there's so many more guys. I just fucking, you know what I mean? I just can't fucking like concept it right now.
How do you like working for PWU?
Who are they?
That's Todd Gordon's gimmick.
Working with my best friend. Well, it's great.
You like working against Johnny Cashmere?
Yeah, he's easy. Real easy. Yeah, me and him click in the ring together, you know? Yeah, he's real easy. You know, because sometimes fucking on these indies, you'll go to him and, you know, you got to babysit a guy through a match. With him, you don't have to babysit him, you know what I mean? You can relax and have a little bit more fun because you click.
What happened at that New York show that you had to be the halftime entertainment for an hour?
Huh?
Remember the Goodman show?
Oh, the midget in the ring. Where the midget threw up?
Oh,
Tell the story.
No, I don't know the story.
I thought you were there.
Oh, wait, that was when I gave him the beer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course you know the story.
Well, yeah, you just gave the story. You just gave the finish. Yeah, you should have mentioned something else to get us to the point of the midget throwing up after I made him drink a beer.
Well, that was all Feinstein. Ruined it.
We got
I thought it was
1CW in England. How'd you like it over there?
Oh, it was great. I'm over there with fucking Raven. They pay good, you know what I mean? We had Dreamer, you know what I'm saying? Dreamer was like a fucking kid in a candy store or Christmas morning. He was so happy to not have to be the guy that he is for WWE, you know what I mean? He was so happy being able to be Tommy Dreamer again, you know? And having fun. He was so rusty on the mic tonight. He started out with, it seems to me that there's a lot of like, they hit that catchphrase. He hit like 5 catchphrases in fucking like 4 sentences. So then when I went out there, I said, oh my God, you're so rusty. And then when Raven came out with the mic, I got the other mic and I handed it to Tommy. I said, come on, say something. You need some practice. Yeah, and then he picked up the pace a little bit. Just a little bit.
Have you worked Japan recently or no?
No, last time I was there, I did those 2 shows in Corrigan Hall, back-to-back nights for one of the 01 factions, from the Tanaka and Kanemura side of the 01 thing.
It's gotten pretty bad over there, hasn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so fucking insulated from this business because I don't ever watch any of it or anything. You know, I know nothing about this business except what I'm doing.
What's one of the craziest road stories you've been on?
One of the what?
Craziest road stories. Road trips you've been on.
Fucking, there's a million of them. Fuck. I'll think of one. I'll think of a good story to tell you. Something you'll say will click a story.
Anything good with Scotty?
Well, we bent over him all Geist.
Yeah.
Oh, he is so fat now. It's hilarious. I mean, he's like a little fucking penguin fucking waddling now.
And his hair loss.
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with his like fucking sugar intake or something like, or he must be a diabetic or something. The fucking way his weight fluctuates. No, but recently it seems to be that he gets fatter each time I say it.
He does.
Yeah, he's
hurting him up there.
He's fucking fat.
You What do you do? Do you find it hard sometimes when you go do indie shows in markets that weren't in ECW? Do you have trouble with the fans sometimes?
Nah, fuck.
Like, what did you think was the best ECW market? That you like?
It would take, because Philly to me wasn't really a market. That was like our home base, you know what I mean? Like, market-wise, it would probably have to have been Florida. You know what I mean? With Orlando, Tampa, Lauderdale, and shit, you know what I mean?
Do you think now with the TV, with WWE exposure, that ECW will go to towns like California? We only in California for the pay-per-view. Do you think we'll do more tours in towns?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I think, absolutely. We'll start out back to the old fucking ECW arena.
Right.
But we need to branch from that ECW arena, you know? But still always go back to it, you know, once a year or twice a year or something. Yeah, I'd like to do that fucking armory again in Lauderdale.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't need that 20. I like that cozy atmosphere, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It smells like horse manure.
Reindeer games. Yo, you're in the third person on my shoot interview right now. Say hello, Scotty. Hello, Scotty.
Ha!
What are you doing?
That really smells like horse manure.
Yeah. You met her at the bar. No, the girl that ended up driving me to the show after you left town. I don't know, but that was the next day was when I got all that acid from her, and we did the show in Pittsburgh where everybody was tripping. I don't remember her name. Are you kidding me? No, that was a one-night stand for you. A one-night stand for you. Why? I just hung up on him before he hung up on me. Yes, I got him. He is so mad right now. Oh, he's mad right now. Tell fucking to everybody, that motherfucker got me.
Do you think Cactus will be brought back?
You know what? That's a fucking yes, absolutely. I never thought about yes, and only because he will want to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? He will want to do something because it's fun.
Right.
What about Austin?
I hope so too. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the relationship now with Paulie and Joey Styles?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong guy that one.
I don't know. What's Taz? Do you think he'll be brought over? Or?
Somebody else brought that up too. Bonji brought it up in Tampa Bay last night. I wasn't really sure because I don't know what kind of shape he's in or anything.
I don't think something's wrong with his neck where I don't think he'd bump a lot, so I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what though, I hope we're not stuck with him being an announcer for the show.
I think Joey Styles will probably.
Talk about a lose-lose situation, him working or announcing either way.
Maybe they'll bring Cyrus in.
And then, is Joey on their payroll?
Yeah, he does TV for Raw.
He does?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, obviously Joey's the one with the packages because didn't Vince fucking tell him that you gotta learn how to announce WWE style or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, then why'd you fucking hire him?
Huh.
You know what I mean? You hire him to change him?
So now he'll be able to go back to his old ways and do ECW.
Oh my God! Is that kind of what Vince didn't like?
If you had a choice of who you'd be programmed with first, who would you want to be programmed with? Dreamer or
That's a good one.
Cactus?
Definitely not Dreamer. I don't think Cactus is a viable option because I don't think he would want to work on a regular basis, you know? So,
Sabu maybe?
maybe something like it would be good to put me with Punk to elevate Punk immediately.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
What about
Especially how he's anti against
What about Reno?
Joey.
Exactly.
Reno and Punk?
Exactly. And I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about helping the kid out.
Right,
You know what I mean?
You
But no, it
natural
works
angle
perfect.
right there.
Yeah,
He's
I didn't
straight
even
edge
think
and you're
about that.
everything against.
Yeah. Yeah, girl, I can open every match. You're a drunk. Oh, man. You're this, you're that. Oh, dude, yeah, that's good. In fact, I'm gonna fucking I'll fucking B-roll that one by fucking Tommy. Yeah, that's a good fit. Really is. But I've also discussed the fact that that I really don't want. I want to be more of the 911 situation that actually having to work like a main event or a semi-main event every night.
Right.
Because my body just won't hold up if they, even 2 days. Just I can't do 2 days a week anymore. My body's so shot. Yeah, so maybe work one night, do special teams the next night or something. Special teams is great. When all you do is run into shit. Love special teams.
Who do you think? What other WWE guys do you think they'll bring over? Like Lance Storm, or do you think?
He's retired, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any guys that'll stay with WWE, like RVD or?
I think they might filter him over in a slow process because if you really think about it, I think we have enough core guys right now, and you can bring all the past ECW vets in at certain times in certain spots. You know what I'm saying?
Like a Rey Mysterio or
yeah,
a Benoit.
yeah, exactly.
It could really work. Awesome.
Yeah, really could. Well, there's not a lot of shit that Vince does that's wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
What's your thoughts about Canyon coming out saying he's gay?
I was with him last night in the locker room. I didn't know that.
Essentially?
Yeah. Yes. I didn't even get that. Alright, I was with him right there. No, I didn't know.
Really?
I told you I know nothing about this business. That's hilarious. When did he do it? When did he come out of the closet?
I don't even know. I think it could be a gimmick, though.
Huh?
It could be a gimmick. I don't
Came out
know.
on the line. I don't know.
What'd you read it on the internet?
And everything on the internet's true.
What?
Did he say it
Came
in
out
the
of the
interview?
Legends pay-per-view. It was supposed to air tonight.
Oh wait, he came out of the closet on camera?
Yep.
That's definitely a work.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought that fucking he did it on his own website or something, you know?
He did it both.
On both.
Yeah, it sounds like a work to me. But I mean, I don't know. Some people, it's like trying to picture Rhino as being gay. You know what I mean? I can't picture Rhino being gay, but I could picture fucking what's his name being gay. Yeah, he's got that lisp.
You see how
You know what I
Rhino-
mean? That lisp
Yeah.
or whatever, the hair lip or whatever, fucking that look kind of lisp or something that he does.
You see
Yeah, he
how,
is. He does have tendencies.
See how Rhino now comes out when he gets on the mic and everything? He just
No.
does promos?
How many times do I have to tell you that? I don't
No, it's in
know.
your match. Doesn't he do it
Oh,
the one time
oops.
in your match?
It does what?
He like gets on, didn't he get on a promo, that one pile driver show you worked in Jersey where he like just went off on the mic on people and on you and everything? It's like something totally never did in ECW. They should do more of it.
No, but if you ask me, I think it's good him fucking trying to maybe he's like practicing, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe he's trying to fucking give another dimension to his character that wasn't there before, you know?
How nervous do you think Jeff Jarrett is with that heat with an ECW starting up?
I don't think he's nervous at all.
No.
Why the hell should he care about anything? If he cared, he wouldn't be shoving his own self down people's throats for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe, yeah. If he cared, maybe he would have stepped aside.
How's Todd feel about ECW coming back? Does he feel bitter still now, even more? Or?
No, absolutely not. But we've been waiting on Gary getting money from his girl, from Candy's ex-husband, who did signed illegal she owned the house, but he got the paperwork and sold the house and put the money into this business, and then he invented this machine, this paving machine, and he's worth like $800 million. And then he was like married to somebody else or something, and then he was doing all this crooked shit. So, and that money that guy the guy's so rich that he just keeps putting it off in court, putting it off, you know. So, for the last year or so, he's kind of been waiting on that money, you know, but it's not going to come to fruition now, but only because of what Vince is doing now. But no, I wouldn't say bitter would be a word to describe it.
That's that extreme. What's that called?
What's that?
What?
That promotion with Todd and them. That's not going to happen.
XFC
Right.
Extreme
What's it
Fight Club.
called?
Right, yeah, exactly. Because everybody's sucked up now.
Right. What do you feel about all these other indie companies, you know, doing shows in the arena and all these like young guys that like?
Well, they're not doing them anymore. Todd axed them all.
What do you feel about?
And that
like,
Ring of Honor run like once more, I think, for the rest of the
right,
year or
they're
something.
done.
Yeah, so,
But what do you feel about like all these like, you know, indie guys and everything that are trying to like copy like the ECW style and everything?
no, they're not just, there's a lot of people that are trying to copy it, but I don't even know so much that it's copying. It's just like, look, they've been doing arm drags for years, you know what I'm saying? It's just, they wanted to use that style, you know what I'm saying? So, which is the natural evolution of anything. Fucking if it gets over, do it again. You know what I mean? So, but it's happening fucking in indie shows all over the United States every weekend. The only difference is the guys that are doing it in the ECW arena, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of like blasphemous.
Any crazy drug stories?
You're hilarious.
I don't know.
Well, you've been through so many drugs. Oh my God. Yeah, Scotty just called me. He goes, oh, listen to this. He rolls into the ring, and the first thing he says to me, or he got near me, he goes, God, did you see that good-looking black chick in the fucking, when he came through the aisle or something? And next thing you know, he's getting a blowjob from her in the bathroom in the building.
Tonight?
Yep. So then he called me up. He goes, oh, we got reindeer games tonight. Reindeer games. I'm like, Scotty, for one, I'm on my way back to Philly. For two, they're not even for two. And for three, I can't remember. Yeah, so we got a blowjob with a girl. He was so happy about it.
Who's the best partier on the indies?
Yeah, who is the best partier on these?
Young guy.
They can hang.
Trent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Besides Trent.
And then besides, yes, I'm not really like familiar with a lot of the guys. You know what I mean? They're not in my like circle, so you know, so I don't really party with any of them. And my partying is seriously, I mean, the older you get, the more mellow you get. You know. I mean, if you'd have called me 5 years ago doing this interview, I'd be snorting coke on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm sitting here eating fucking ice cream. Fuck, that's sad, isn't it?
Have you gone to Italy for that company?
No, but I would have liked to go over there just to go over there. You know what I'm saying? Just to go get paid to see Italy.
Rikishi hooks that up?
Yeah.
What'd you hear on that?
Huh?
What'd you hear about that?
They're paying $5,000 a week.
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from?
There's two factions there now. I think it's like Yakuza. No, and it would really be mob then in Italy, wouldn't it? Back to its roots. Not Corleone's the boss.
That's a Family Guy comment.
Oh, I love that guy's voice.
Oh, I got CDs.
His voice is just engaging.
Why don't we watch the match? Can you hook up the match when we watch it?
What match?
All right, we'll be back in
You
2
can
and
watch
2.